Hotep, my peace. This is a short summary of my show last week on 360, on Case on 360. This is the host of 360, Les Cason Jr., the owner of Case on 360. I am real grateful before I get on with it. I'm real grateful to use the studios of Des Moines Amplified. I feel it's a blessing that the Creator have bestowed upon me to use the studios of Des Moines Amplified, and I'm real happy that the people who own Des Moines Amplified allow me to host an internet radio show. But with that, I need to say this, that I had their show on the Reinstatement of Police Officer Mersed Davtovic back on the 4th, which was a criminal act by itself by the Civl Service Commission of Des Moines, and we still gotta realize and recognize what it is, and what it is. It was a criminal act. This man was involved in beating two African American motorists by the name of Arterius Bonds and Aaron Evans, and they was beat. I mean, especially Arterius was beat pretty bad. The officers involved were Mersed Davtovic and John Manlander. John Manlander hasn't reapplied for his job, but Mersed Davtovic did, and Des Moines Civl Service Commission reinstated him as a police officer. And this is not only criminal, but this is also shows again how much respect white people in authority have towards African Americans, especially living here in Des Moines. And what we must remember is no matter how much and how much we try to be nice, that there will always be a hatred towards us by white people, especially living here in Des Moines. And you know, I realize you do have some good white people living here, and I'm not even talking about that today. You know, because it is what it is. You know, you have a police officer that was accused of beating two black motorists, him and his partner. And the chicken butt thing about the whole situation is that they had to use a weapon. You know, they had to throw him out of the car. They had to beat him. They had to lay their hands on a woman. And you know, the thing is, I have always said that, you know, you have a lot of road cops. You got road cops here in Des Moines. You have in Des Moines, Iowa by itself. You got road cops. You got road cops who have a history of police brutality and murder. They even have a history of murdering their own. So the problem that our community faces is the fact that, for one, because we're not unified, the police know this, and the police can systematically at any given time pull over any black motorist and beat them and get away with it. And until we stand up and say enough is enough, we will still be a victim of our own demise because we don't unify and come together as a people. Now, you have David Murillo and Stuart Barnes. Now, David Murillo is the president of the Police Burial and Protective Association, and you got Stuart Barnes, who is the president of the police union. And I truly believe that those two, along with their road cops, played a part in getting Mersed Davtovic reinstated. But and I truly believe that they had intended on rehiring Mersed Davtovic all along, because a lot of them think like this. The way Arterius was beat reminding me the time when Larry Milton was beat in 1992, and they only gave him $1 for a settlement. Again, showing how much white people hate black people. A $1 settlement. That wasn't so much a slap in the face. That was to show who was in charge, and that was also to show that was also sending a message to the black community that they can do anything they want to us at any given time because they are white. And Dr. Francis Relson, and you can even look at even Tim Wise, he's a white author. They both say the same thing. Dr. Francis Relson says that racism is about power and control and control of people's systems. And one of the people systems that white people do control is law. Law is a people system controlled by white people and white people who hate black people. So we must keep this in mind as we deal with the police. Unfortunately, a lot of our mindsets here in Des Moines is not like the mindset in Oakland, and that is to stand up and defend yourself, because the black people in Oakland have an understanding that if you don't stand up and defend yourself, you will die. And the police have proven that when they murdered Oscar Grant out in the open, left him, killed him, and he was a father of, he just had a baby. You know, I'm not advocating violence. I'm not advocating hating white people, because hate is a wasted energy. But at the same time, I'm advocating truth. And the truth is that the Des Moines Police Department has a serious racist problem towards black people. And they always have a serious racial problem when it comes down to black people. And that is because they have road cops in there who can do anything they want, and they can even disrespect their chief, because their chief truly don't have control over them. But again, their chief was known as Flashlight Betty at one time, because if we was to get the truth, Chief Bradshaw, she was known to beat up African Americans along with her road buddies during her time as a beat cop. So we must overstand this history, and we must now come to the realization that until we come together as a people, this will continue. And the reason why I'm putting this on YouTube is because people in the nation around the world need to know that things that a lot of wicked things are happening to black people here in Des Moines, Iowa. You know, Des Moines, Iowa isn't an insulated place. Des Moines, Iowa will remind you in many ways of Mississippi. Only difference is this is Mississippi of the North. So, you know, it's a tragic shame that they reinstated Mersed Davtovic. But before I go, I gotta say this too. It's a shame also that Linda Carter Lewis, the president of the NAACP, abstained. She sits on the board of the Civl Service Commission. She had an opportunity to place her vote and block Mersed Davtovic from even becoming a police officer again, but she chose to abstain. Now, we must question, why did she choose to abstain? But then again, why would a person who claims who loves black people abstain from a vote like that when she had the evidence in front of her? Only shows and proves that our black leadership in Des Moines are compromised, have sold out, and are no good to black people here in Des Moines. And when other people come into town, they need to take notice, and they need to go to the people. And this is what it's coming down to. It's coming down to the people. The people must stand up and stand up for their rights. So as I close, you know, we must keep in mind that we must keep in mind that we cannot depend on black leadership here in Des Moines to produce justice, to stand up for us, or to fight for us, because they are in it for themselves. And I had some responses off of my blog, which was interesting. But again, I could expect that from Jim Robinson, you know, a racist. I can expect that from Total. You know, I can expect things like that because, you know, it's one thing to say it, but there's another. Can you back it up? And neither one of them could back it up. So I'm gonna end it like this: the Des Moines police brutality is not just only limited to Oakland, L.A., Atlanta, New York, Texas, Seattle. We got police brutality cases here in Des Moines, Iowa that need to be looked into. So as I log off, you can get a hold of me at KSON360 at AOL.com, or you can even contact my Facebook page, KSON360 at Facebook, and all you gotta do is just do a Google search and you can find me there. I look forward to seeing you this Saturday as I do the wrap up, where I go back into my past shows and do a smaller little evaluation and give you a feature peek at my feature shows I'm going to do. See you Saturday. I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for your support. Hold up my peace. This is the owner of KSON 360, Les Kson Jr.